Hey guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman YouTube channel at the Hunter Collective, finally. Today, we've got Zain in the chair today. Now, Zain, tell everyone what you told me, what you want to do.
So keep it, I want it short.
Yeah.
Couple of inches on the top.
Couple of inches on top, yeah.
Yeah, swept back.
Yeah.
A 2 on the side.
Yeah.
And also a subtle taper in the side and the back.
Down to skin, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Wow, man, you've done well to get this long though.
Thank you.
I feel almost like a bit kind of guilty cutting it all off. I know you're bored, yeah, of course, yeah, okay. In terms of the look that you're looking to go for, is that the look you had previously? Is that what you had? Yeah.
Yeah. I think over a year ago, I had this.
Wow. Okay, yeah, so it's just kind of brushed back. I mean, I'd probably take the corners in a bit tighter there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just so it's not as kind of overhanging.
Yeah.
But that'll be nice. And I mean, as you can see, I mean, if you look at that, your hair texture is so different.
Yeah.
Now you've grown out. But yeah, we can get something like that. I mean, it might not. The texture might slightly change a bit though, only because it feels quite dry. I mean, how have you looked after your hair? Have you been using like regular conditioner, shampoo and all that? Yeah. Okay, that's good then, that's good. But what it could be is that obviously when your hair gets a bit longer, it does tend to absorb all the elements that, you know, of all like pollution and all things like that. So it just feels quite dry now, but that could just be the way your hair naturally is when it's longer, get a bit more coarse. So yeah, it might do, but I think keeping that more squarish shape will work really, really well. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. What did you used to use to style it?
Honestly, I never used to use any products.
Oh really? Okay.
On this day when I took this picture, I might have...
What were you doing? What were you doing on that day?
I think I was seeing a film or something.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. You look very smart with the cinema.
Yeah, because before I was going to something like that.
Oh, okay, I'm only joking.
I was in a professional place.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, I do like that look. I think it's great. But I definitely think maybe just working it a bit more towards your face shape. I think it just hangs over a little bit much there for me. And I also want to make sure you don't have to wear product as well. Cool. Right, well, let's give it a shampoo and condition and then we'll get into this. All right? Cool, man. So guys, I have now shampooed and conditioned Zain's hair. You can see there's a lot of length in there. It's amazing how it changes so drastically when it's wet. So we're going for a 2 back and sides, and then basically it's kind of just brush back on top by the looks of it. Okay, a little bit of movement, a little bit of texture, but I want to make it really easy for them to style again. Just a tiny bit of product should hopefully create this look as well. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the horseshoe section around the back and sides. I want to really get rid of all that top layer, top length, and just focus purely on the back and sides. There we go. Roll it around itself. Just tuck it in a little bit there, just to keep it in place. There we go. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work through palm to palm to remove the bulk of this. So I could just go in with the 2, but what I want to do is I want to make sure I'm leaving enough length through here. So working with the 2 and blending up and off, I want to create more of a squarer finish for Zain's face shape. It's very round and it concaves an awful lot through here as well. If you look at that, it does concave an awful lot through here. Right, so I need to bring that out. So I'm thinking I'm going to work with my fingers to create the shape first and then work the number 2 up to where I've worked through with my fingers, all right? Because obviously if I'm just gonna whack a number 2 on it, it's almost like I'm going in completely blind. So I wanna work down gradually. So I'm gonna go really, really short with my fingers, but then that way I can start to build up the weight that I need here. As you see, as I pull my finger out, there's my guide underneath there. But if you ever look at that, when I'm just pulling my fingers, I'm keeping it completely straight. If you see how much Zain's head does concave at the round, then I'm naturally getting kind of closer to the sides here, just by keeping my fingers straight. So I'm building up that squareness, I'm keeping that length at the top that I know we need to really create that square shape that works best for Zain's face shape. If you look at that and turn to the side, you see that already? Building that weight up here, just creating that shape. It's coming out as square and it's starting to really work in. More than doing this, it's starting to come at an angle and work in, which is what we're trying to achieve. I think working down this way, you start to see and start to really bespoke this haircut for the client. And I just think, you know, yeah, it might take a bit longer, but I think satisfaction for me, really seeing the change in what I'm doing and actually everything coming to life that I want to, you know, for the final sort of end result. I think it's really nice. And it doesn't actually take that long, really. When you're working palm to palm, you're basically just resting almost, I don't know, it'll probably take you, say, to work through the whole back and side about 10 minutes. And then obviously with your clip away, that could take that long just working through all that bulk of hair, you know? Just checking. Yeah, it's all sitting the same. So how long have you actually been growing or how long had you been growing your hair for?
since last July.
Last July?
Yeah.
Wow. God, a lot's happened. A lot has happened in the space time you've grown your hair. Wow. But what you've chosen basically a nice classic finish, you know, that classic nice taper through the back and sides again. Modern edge to it by going down to like, you know, a 0 or something. That's a bit more modern, but I think it's a nice style. I think it suits anybody, especially if you get the right angles and like the head shape and stuff. Did you tell people you're getting it cut short?
I told my friends, but not my family.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I just wanted to keep it a surprise for them.
100%, mate. Creating that nice square shape to Zain's face shape. As you see, same length both sides, and it creates that nice square shape to it as well. So number 2, back and sides. As you can see at the back now, we've cut that squareness in. We don't want to take it too high. I think maybe to about here we want to start the blending, and that'll keep that nice square finish in there. Up and off. So I'm working just up and off that occipital bone. So again, Zain's asked for that taper that isn't going to be too in your face, just a very natural graduation. So again, more than putting my 0 line in and blending it out, I'm going to work 1.5, 1, half, and then work in between and blend it right out that way. So 1.5 on. So work, just blend it gradually down. So there's my 2, right up to here. Start with 1.5, come off there, then my 1, then my half, then my 0. Now to between the 1 and the 1.5. I'm utilising the lever. Make it nice and seamless, nice and natural looking. No harsh lines or anything like that at all, nothing too harsh. And down to the 1. 0.5. You can see I was leaving hair underneath as well. In between my 0 and my 0.5, working down. And down into my 0. Then I'm going to pop on the half guard. I'm not looking for anything too harsh, looking for something quite natural looking. Really effortless, something that isn't going to be a showstopper, but it adds to the haircut. Now I've moved the mask off his ears now, and I'm going to start to work on a nice temple fade on the sides as well. Do it just on the sideburns and the neck. It's just a really lovely transition. It just gives a bit more of a natural finish, I find. I'm going to work down through the guards to create that very natural finish as well. So I'm just going to work around the ear a little bit. Yeah. In between. I'm working down to my half. One and a half. So one guard, number 1 guard, and then the lever down to make it into a half to get a nice natural blend in. To 0.5, to 0.25, into 0. Do the same thing I'm working the opposite way. Got a guide at the top already here. And we'll work 2, so bring it straight up and out. I'm just starting to blend this 2 into that length that we want to keep. I'm just using a bit of clipper over comb just to retouch anything that needs doing. I'm just going to strengthen this up a bit for him now. Just switching to my size 1 comb. Fine teeth, so they taper in around the ears. And these just create that nice natural taper into the neck. And there we go. Now I'll finish off with a little bit of scissor over comb, just on the back and sides, just to blend that the guard's missed or that the wider tooth comb is missed. I want to show you a really nice technique today that connects in nice and quick, effective way of cutting the sides and the back into the top. Right, so centre part down the middle, right? Split at the back, so essentially T-section through the back, so the crown. There we go. What we're going to do, so we want to maintain some length. We're going to do the back first. Now we've got to do this little middle bit here, okay? I'm going to pull it down, so I'm not going to elevate it right down. I'm going to pull it down to maintain a bit of length through there. I'm going to follow the shape of the head as well. I switch scissors, move to my smaller ones, from the T-section at the back to the front. Now, depending on how much we take off the top, all depends on how I angle my fingers. So if I want to just connect the top in and leave loads of length, straight on. If I want to remove more length, and a bit more over, and so on. So depending how, basically how horizontal my fingers go, depends on how much length we take off. So again, we want to go fairly short on the top, right? Based on that length, fairly short, so I'm going to angle my fingers in about there. Find the angle. There's the angle through there. There we go. Now as we get to the hairline, I'm going to pull that back slightly, just because I want to maintain some length at the front. Pair the photograph. There we go, so we're keeping some length at the front. I fall out the photograph. That's allowing us to blend it in. Copy the same. Got our guides, we've got our guide from where we cut it before, guide from behind, put it back to here, like that. There we go. There's that shape coming on already. Now all we've got left through the middle is a point, a triangle. Pick a section off from just before the crown, pick it up, there's my point. So I'm going to cut it a bit short at the back. Again, I want to try and replicate the haircut that Zain had on that picture, but again, just put my twist on it and hopefully make it easier to style. Point cut into it, using the guide from behind, the guide from either side. But look how quickly that top length has come off by that technique. Nice and clean, nice and easy, nice and quick, because in the day it is about speed as well. Cut it. Very like. Again, we've got the point at the front as well. On the side. And just connect it in that horizontal section we took before. What I'll do, I'm going to put a little bit of texture in with the razor. Interior as well. And what I'll do as well, I'm just going to work it through there as well, just to break it up a little bit. And then what we'll do a bit of razor over comb, just a bit of texture in that blend as well. So not working like sort of into the section itself. And then just going to break a bit of texture up through the top for him as well, just to give a bit more of a natural way. So if he wears that product in there, it's very easy to style. It takes seconds for him to create a very similar look to what he had before. A bit more of a flop through it, and then a bit of texture through the back as well. Right, so let me dry this off. How's it looking so far, mate?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, happy? So, bit of heat. Now, again, going for that same kind of style. I'm thinking through the back, probably just have it a bit messy as well for him. So a bit easier for him to do. What we've done is we took that overhang off the picture and created that shape for his head shape, also nice and square for him as well. There we go. And just to finish off, just use a little bit of scissor over comb, just through the back and sides, just to make sure that's sitting nicely, especially through the crown. We've done a bit of horizontal and vertical. Just want to use the scissors to perfect the blend. Just point cut in to remove any bulk through the back. So, you can use a little bit of the Regal Gentleman matte clay to finish this off. Again, nice and dry, nice and matte, easy to work through. Pea-size amount, work it right through your hands. Now I want to emphasise that kind of loose fall on the fringe, the length we've left in there as well. And just obviously what I'm thinking was the back was light when he had that picture as well. So I'm thinking maybe just kind of bringing it back a little bit as well. It wants to go back so naturally that I think we go with it and just have that little bit of texture through there as well. And just bring out that front. So we've got a little bit of looseness. Falls a little bit easier. Just haven't got that massive overhang. There we go. Want to put your glasses on and have a little look?
Yeah.
It looks awesome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Such a change. Can you just put your mask off for a second for me, just so I can see what it properly looks like for your face shape? Awesome. Now, yeah, that works a treat. Absolute treat. A lean, chiseled effect. And again, by working with head shape, that's how you can get it as well. So, to recap, as you've seen, Zain's hair was pretty big. You've been growing it since July, you told me, of 2019?
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, let's just think what's happened since then, right, in the world. So, yeah, we had, you know, almost a year and a half growth on it. And he just kind of decided to go short, which was a brilliant idea. Now, he did show me a point of reference, so it was a picture that he wanted to go down to that he'd had before. Now, my only problem with that photo, I felt like it was a bit undercut and a bit overhanging and didn't do anything for his face shape, okay? I thought it made it a bit more round. I want to make it more square. So what I did was I tried to take them elements of the longer fringe, kind of flopping a little bit, but put my own twist on something that I know would work really well for Zain's face shape as well. So everyone's head shape is different. I mean, essentially, it's a 2 back and sides, a little bit longer at the front, coming back a little bit on the top, with loads of texture in and a slight disconnection through the front just to create that nice balance, and also because we create that kind of hairline as well for him, but a bit more of a loose hairline for him to style. But again, it's hard because of the way he came in. It's hard to say. There's a lot of detail that went in to just create pretty much a simple 2 back and sides, but you know, I always think it's quite nice to bespoke it for that person, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
Happy, yeah?
Yeah, very
Cool, man. Thank you very much.